Hi guys, in this video we are going to be learning how to use variants and components boolean property. So if you've been confused on how or when to use the boolean property on your variant or on a single component, this video is going to give you clarity on that. So the first thing I'm going to do is to create the initial setup of our artboard. I'm going to rename the artboard and I'm going to throw in a frame. This frame was there with the initial mindset to create a prototype of the toggle button, but turns out there wasn't a need for that at the end of the video, so you can ignore that part. So now we jump right into creating our toggle button. I'm sure you guys know how to do this. You create the toggle background and the button itself. I'm just quickly going to do this because this is not the main focus of the video. The main focus of the video is to explain how to properly use the boolean property for both variants and components, single components actually. So as you can see, I'm almost done with the toggle button. The next thing I'm going to do is to create it as a component, and I'm going to go ahead to add a variant to it. I'm just going to click on the variant key there. As you would notice, this is the previous version of Figma. At this particular point, there has been an update and your settings and control panel might look a little different. So I'm going to create two states in our component, which is going to be the on state and the on off state. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to switch to our asset panel and I'm going to bring in the instance of our components. Before then, I'm just going to rename the component. So now I've brought in the instance of our components. What we want to do exactly is to give it a property and set the property to either true or false. Currently we have two values for the default property, which is property 1. So what I'm going to do is to rename the property to the on state, then I'm going to set it to either true or false. So I'm going to set the first, which is the default, to true, since that seems like the on button, and I'm going to set the second state to false. So basically what it's saying is if the button is true, it should show the on instance, and if it's false, it should show the off instance. So as you can see from our instance, we now have a switch toggler for our component instance. This is what you do if you're working with a variant. But recently there's been an update on Figma that allows you to create properties of a component, which is what we are going to do now. I've thrown in a set of icons, and as you can see at the control panel, there's been an update because by the time I'm doing the second part of this video, my Figma software is already updated. So I'm going to create a simple button. I'm going to make sure the text is on auto layout too, so it matches the height of the icon in the button, so that when I turn off the icon, the size of the button doesn't change. So now I'm just going to make sure the size, the height of the icon and the height of the button text is the same, and I'm going to change the background of the button and also the radius. Now what I want to do is to create a component out of this button and give the component a property. Basically I want to have a component with the button icon and one without the button icon. So to do that is actually very easy. You're just going to have to click on the layer inside the component in which you want to turn on or off, or in which you want to give the boolean property. In this case, it's going to be the icon before the text. So I'm going to go to that layer and I'm going to click on this button here that says add property. So here it's already stated show icon, then I'm going to set to true. Then I'm going to create another instance of this component. So with this, you can see easily there is a toggle button on the control panel where you can turn on or off your icon. So basically, this is how you use a boolean property on your components. There are other properties you could use, which is text property and instance swap. And I will also be making a video on how to use both very soon. So stay tuned. Please like, share, and subscribe to get more videos like this. Thank you.